Okay, guys, this is 1-2A problem solving. The lesson that we're going to be doing, let's see if I can get this light without it being a distraction. That's pretty good. Um, the lesson that we are going to do basically has 4 strategies, and I'm going to put the strategies up for you. And the strategies are to look for a pattern, work backwards, guess, check, and revise, and to choose an operation. Okay, look for a pattern, work backwards, guess, check, and revise, and to choose an operation. Those are the 4 strategies we're going to use. Some we might not use all of them, but these are the 4 strategies you can choose from to do problem solving. So the first question, I'm on your homework practice. I want to skip down to number 2 as the first question that we're going to work out. And number 2 says to analyze tables. A falling object continues to fall faster until, until it hits the ground. How far will an object fall during the 5th second? So basically, they give you a table here. Over here is the time, and the time is in seconds. Over here is the distance, and the distance is in feet. And basically, they give you the time and distance for 4 seconds. So in the first second, the distance fallen was 16 feet. In the second, the distance fallen was 48 feet. In the third second, the distance fallen was 80 feet. In the fourth second, the distance fallen was 112 feet, and they ask you, how far will an object fall during the 5th second? So we're trying to figure out what that last one is. So you're looking for a pattern. See if we can see a pattern here. Well, one thing that jumps out to me, your patterns usually, you can write this down, with tables. Table patterns. That is my house phone ringing. Somebody will answer it. Table patterns, usually you're going to look for addition patterns or multiplication patterns. You're going to look for addition or multiplication patterns. Either one will be good. So what jumps out to me at first is that 48, I know, is a multiple of 16. 16 goes into 48 3 times. So when I look at this, 48 is 16 times 3. 16 is 16 times 1. So I'm looking for a pattern. It looks like it might be 16 times tables. We just have to see if that's true. So does 16 go into 80? How can we figure this out? You get your calculator, which I have to get mine up. You should already have yours. And to figure out how many times, if at all, 16 goes into 80, do 80 divided by 16. And that should tell us. If we get a whole number, we know it's a multiple of 16. If we don't get a whole number, then we can't use it. And I get 5. So 16 times 5 gives you 80. What about 112? Let's do 112 divided by 16. And we get 7. And remember, this is not every single time, it's most of the time. most of the time you can look for an addition pattern or multiplication pattern, especially in pre-algebra, okay? So look at this pattern. It's the 16 times tables, but they're only multiplying by odd numbers. 1, 3, 5, 7. They skip the even numbers like 2, 4, 6, 8. So what would be the next one that they're multiplying by? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That would be the next one. So 16 times 9 gives us what? Let's see. 16 times 9 equals, oh, I pressed something wrong. 16 times 9 equals 144. So our answer is going to be 144. You could write it underneath. I just don't have any more space. 144 feet is our answer. So that's it. And that was question number 2. Sorry. That was question number 2. The next question I want to do is let's do number 3. Okay, question number 3. It says yard work. Denzel can mow 1/8 of his yard every 7 minutes. If he has 40 minutes to mow 3/4 of the yard, will he have enough time? So just a reminder, in question number 2, the strategy that we used was look for a pattern. In question number 3, we're going to use the work backwards strategy. Okay, we're going to work backwards. So if, let's say, in 7 minutes he can mow 1/8 of the lawn, right? That takes him 7 minutes. 7 minutes he can do 1/8 of the lawn. This side represents the lawn. He can do 1/8 of the lawn in 7 minutes. And we're trying to figure out if he can do 3/4 of the lawn in 40 minutes. So this is what we know he can do. This is where we're trying to end up. So we're going to work backwards to see if he can do it. So first of all, let's figure out how many times does 1/8 go into 3/4. This is where we're trying to end up. So how many times does 1/8 go into 3/4? Because we only know that he can do 1/8 of the lawn in 7 minutes. So we have to work with what they give us. So how many times does 1/8, if he kept mowing the lawn, one section at a time, 1/8 at a time, how many times would he have, how many sections would he have to mow to finish 3/4 of the whole lawn? So what we have to do is 3/4 divided by 1/8. We're trying to figure out how many times 1/8 goes into 3/4. And if you remember from your last lesson, this equals 3/4 times 8/1, right? Change to multiplication, flip the second fraction. And what does that equal? 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4. And 24 divided by 4 is 6. That comes out to be a whole number. So 6 times 1/8 times 6 gives you 3/4. So he has to mow. If he can only, let's say he's mowing a section of the lawn, right? Like there's a big lawn. Say this is the lawn. Let's make it green since lawns are usually grass. Trying to get you to understand why I'm doing this. If this is the lawn, right? And he can mow 1/8 at a time in 7 minutes. That takes him 7 minutes to do. We're saying that he has to do 6 of these sections in order to finish 3/4 of the lawn. So if it takes him 7 minutes just to do one, and he has to do 6 of these sections, how long would it take him to do that? Each one is 7 minutes, and he has to do 6 of them. Well, 7 times 6 is 42. So to do this much of the lawn would take him 42 minutes. But how much time does he have? 40 minutes. So does he have enough time? No. So the answer is no, he can't do it. That's the answer. He cannot do it. Doesn't have enough time. Okay, and the last question I want to do is question number 5. Okay, number 5 says, the land area of Alaska is about 570,000 square miles. The land area of Washington, D.C. is about 3/50 square mile. How many times larger is Alaska than Washington, D.C.? And we're going to use the strategy called choose an operation. Choose an operation just means you're going to choose to add, subtract, multiply, divide. That's all that means. So the reason why I'm choosing that is because they asked the question, how many times? Usually when they ask this question, how many times, it means that you're going to have to divide. When you're trying to figure out how many times something goes into something else, or how many times larger something is than something else, you usually have to divide. Okay? So what are we going to divide? Well, it says the land area of Alaska is, and I want to write this because there's a little trick in here I want you to see. The land area of Alaska is 570,000. Well, this is what I wanted you to see. I did it just now. They did not write out the number 570,000. They wrote it as a word. So you have to change this to 570,000. Okay? Don't let the word trick you so that you just ignore it. That's an actual very big number. 570,000 square miles. Don't just ignore this and write 570. Okay? So 570,000 square miles. And Washington, D.C. is 3/50 square miles. So we're comparing 570,000 square miles to 3/50. This is not even one whole square mile. So it's very big compared to very small. And we're trying to see how much bigger Alaska is. So we're going to divide the Alaska square miles, 570,000, divided by Washington, D.C., which is 3/50. And we know in order to do that, we have to change 3/50. Change this to multiplication and change this to 50 over 3. Now, how are we going to multiply that? Well, first of all, let's make this 570,000 over 1. I'll just do it like this so that you don't have to erase anything. And then we just multiply. In your calculator, you can do 570,000 times 50. And let's see what we get. 570,000. Make sure you have 4 zeros. Divided by, times 50 gives you 28,000. Oh, 28 million. Is that right? My, 28,500,000. Sorry, 28,500,000. 1 times 3 is 3, and then in the end you just divide by 3. 28,500,000 divided by 3. And the final answer you get comes out to be 9,500,000. Okay? So you do 570,000 times 50, and you get 28,500,000. 1 times 3 is 3. Then you divide 28,500,000 divided by 3, and you get 9,500,000. Trying to see if there's a shorter way to do that, but I think that's as short as it gets. So I think you're good with that.